Let us bow our heads in prayer. O God, we come together in your name in this parliament to debate our nation's affairs and pass laws for the betterment and welfare of all Fijians. Guide us in our deliberations and grant us the wisdom to do what is just and fair. We ask you to bless our beloved nation and grant every Fijian peace, prosperity, and equal opportunity. Help us to serve our citizens with honesty, integrity, and without fear or favor, to keep the trust of those who have sent us here. We seek your divine guidance to continue to build a better nation for all Fijians. In your name, amen. Thank you, honorable members. You may be seated.
Point of order.
Point of order.
Point of order, Madam Speaker, is on Section 84 of the Constitution and also on Section 74 of the Standing Order. We are here, Madam Speaker, to authorize or to implement the process of putting into place His Excellency the President of Fiji. The provision of the Constitution is Section 84. Section 84 says that whenever there is a vacancy in the office of the President, then the Honourable Prime Minister and the Honourable Leader of the Opposition are to put in their nomination, their names, that there should be the President of Fiji. Before that is put into the House for voting. My point, Madam Speaker, that we have not reached that point yet. We are in a very premature stage now, because there is no vacancy yet. When it says whenever, it means that at the date and the time when there is a vacancy. If we follow this process now for the purpose that we have been calling into the House, my concern, Madam Speaker, is that if we are not following the Constitution as it says, then the whole process of the issuing of the writ and the election that will come thereafter would be affected. We are not in a constitutional crisis, Madam Speaker. We are in a constitutional crisis where there is no other way than, under the doctrine of necessity, we can do things to put into place proper governance of the nation. But we are not in that situation now. There is still alternatives for the government to follow, which will lead into the issue of the writ of elections. Because we are not in a constitutional crisis, and also because there is no vacancy yet as a reason, our position, Madam Speaker, that we should not be in this position to come in and to put into process the appointment of a president when the vacancy has not arisen yet. There is no vacancy yet, Madam Speaker. But there is a difficulty that I realize and recognize, Madam Speaker. If the House expires on the 6th and the term of the President falls after that, then there will be no way to call Parliament again, to process the appointment of His Excellency the President. But that is not the issue here, Madam Speaker. the issue whether we appoint His Excellency the President according to the Constitution. Because there is another alternative, which the dissolution of Parliament. If we dissolve Parliament and the current term of His Excellency the President still there, and he should be able to still conduct himself according to the Constitution, even in the issuing of the writ of elections. That's why I'm saying we are not in a constitutional crisis here. And what I believe, Madam Speaker, the House should have done is to seek interpretation of this from the Supreme Court of Fiji, so that we are not in a position that we are not sure what will happen down the line.
Honourable Member, I think your point of order has been taken. You are now trying to create a response to your own point of order. So your point of order is very clear, and I will now make my ruling. Honourable members, given that you are preparing for the elections in which His Excellency the President will play a prominent role, we really cannot afford to have a vacancy existing before the elections. And the reason we are having this sitting now. But for information, I've noted some of the issues raised by honourable members, including the issue raised by the Honourable Professor Biman Prasad that the powers of the Business Committee have been usurped. I wish to inform honourable members that in my capacity as Speaker of the Parliament, I am guided by the provisions of the Constitution and the standing orders, being the rules for the order and conduct of business and proceedings in Parliament and its committees. The Business Committee was informed of the special sitting to appoint the President of the Republic of Fiji, and also that there will be no other parliamentary business on the day. The Business Committee was further informed that with the concurrence of the Speaker, who is also the chairperson of the Business Committee, there was no need to meet, as the process of the appointment of the President is clearly outlined in Section 84, subsection 2 of the Constitution and Standing Order 136, which provides that, and I quote, "Whenever a vacancy arises in the office of the President, the Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition shall nominate one name each to the Speaker, who shall put both names to the floor of Parliament by voting, for voting by the members of Parliament. The person who receives the support of the majority of the members of Parliament present shall be appointed as the President, and the Speaker shall publicly announce the name of the President," unquote. Given the above process, it should be noted that the issue tabled with the Business Committee did not require any discussion nor deliberation at all, as it was not a motion business, but rather a nomination business. Furthermore, in many instances, communications to the members of the Business Committee have been made through flying minutes, and this mode was acceptable to all members, as I have never received any concerns pertaining to this mode. Additionally, the reference to the 48 hours notification is a non-issue. I reiterate that as Speaker of the Parliament, I am guided by the provisions of the Constitution and the standing orders, and honourable members are aware that timelines stipulated under the standing orders apply only to the submission of questions, petitions, motions, end-of-week statements, ministerial statements, distribution of order papers, but clearly do not apply to notifications to the members of the Business Committee and members of Parliament. With the dissolution of Parliament nearing, the general election around the corner, and the near expiration of the term of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Fiji, it was prudent to call for a special sitting for Parliament so as to ensure that all these important events are undertaken without any complications. I therefore rule that the provisions of the Constitution and the standing orders have been complied with accordingly, and therefore the powers of the Business Committee have not been usurped in any way. Thank you, honourable members. Secretary General.
Nominations for the appointment.
You have the floor. Thank you, Thank you, honourable members. In the absence of our members that are walking out now, we still have a quorum to have this sitting, and we will continue. Secretary General.
Nominations for the appointment of the President of the Republic of Fiji.
In accordance with Section 84, subsection 2 of the Constitution of the Republic of Fiji, I now call upon the Honorable Prime Minister to nominate his candidate for appointment.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, in accordance with the Constitution of the Republic of Fiji, I nominate His Excellency Major General Jioji Konrote to be reappointed as the President of the Republic of Fiji. Naka.
In accordance with Section 84, Section 2 of the Constitution of the Republic of Fiji, I was supposed to call upon the Leader of the Opposition to make her nomination, but in her absence, we will continue with the order paper. Since there is only one nomination, in accordance with Section 84, subsection 5 of the Constitution of the Republic of Fiji, His Excellency Major General Retired Jioji Konrote is reappointed as the President of the Republic of Fiji.
Naka.
Secretary General.
Acknowledgement of the appointment of the President of the Republic of Fiji.
I take this opportunity to congratulate His Excellency Major General Retired Jioji Konrote on his reappointment as the President of the Republic of Fiji. With the extension of His Excellency's term for another tenure, I am confident that he will continue to be a beacon of light and hope for our combined future as a nation, just as he has demonstrated in the past years as head of state. His Excellency's interactions with citizens from all walks of life, from the very young to the very old, in remote, rural, maritime, and urban communities, is truly a testament of his commitment to a unified nation, driven by a sense of respect and responsibility to all who have called Fiji their home. To serve as patron in numerous organizations in the sports and social service sectors are a tribute to His Excellency's strong sense of inclusiveness. As Fiji's lead advocate and champion in the national campaign to promote health and wellness and to reduce non-communicable diseases, speak volumes of his determination, and by his example, encourage us all as citizens to progress together towards a healthier nation. For his leadership and vision for our nation, we sincerely express our deep appreciation and gratitude to His Excellency, and I wish him the very best in his new tenure. In accordance with Standing Order 136, subclause 7, the Secretary General will... Oh, sorry, we didn't have the ballot. Thank you. We will move on to the last item, Secretary General.
Adjournment.
I now call on the Honourable Leader of the Government in Parliament to move his motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I move that Parliament adjourns Saturday.
Do we have a seconder?
Madam Speaker, I beg to second the motion.
The Parliament will now vote, given that we still have some members of the opposition here with us. And the question is that Parliament adjourns, signed aye. Does any member oppose the motion? Since no member opposes, Parliament is now adjourned, signed aye. Honourable members, I thank you all for your attendance at this special sitting of Parliament. The Secretariat has organised light refreshments, and I invite guests in public gallery to join the honourable members for refreshment and the big committee room. May God bless us all, and may God bless Fiji. Honourable members, I now adjourn Parliament, signed aye.